Oh, hello. Guests. I'm Scott Brick. Welcome to my booth. Appreciate you being here. I'm glad you're here because I thought I'd like to share this section of this book that I'm working on right now. I'm finishing up chapter 1 of Huron Breeze, and it's by the author Landon Beach. Now, for those of you who are familiar with him, well, first of all, if you're not, get familiar with him. Landon has been working his way through the Great Lakes saga for the last handful of years now. He's written 4 of the 5 novels that are going to be in that series, but he did a little departure for this one, Huron Breeze. And let's just say it may not be part of the official Great Lakes saga, but it's still connected. It's still got some names, some places, some circumstances are definitely going to sound familiar to you. So what Huron Breeze is about is an author who had mega success 10 years before but hasn't written anything in a decade and is now looking to jumpstart her career and is looking for inspiration for her next novel. But be careful what you wish for, because things go horribly, horribly wrong. The book begins, this is the second half of chapter 1. I thought I would jump in the middle of chapter 1, where a young woman named Christine, she is on the beach late at night, the beach of Lake Huron, and there's a very Tony establishment, a very Tony neighborhood. It's on, I think it's called Beacon Island. And she's looking out at the lighthouse on that island. It's called Beacon Light. And this is where the action of the story starts taking off. So join me. Now, you may hear me do this occasionally. If you hear me doing that, it's because I've made a mistake, and I'll go back and pick it up. That way I can, all those little, that makes squiggly lines on the waveform as I'm recording, so it's easy to figure out where to edit when we pick it up and clean it up. So we pick it up with Christine on the beach looking out at Beacon Lighthouse. She faced the water again and pondered going down to dip her feet in. Then she saw the familiar glow of Beacon Light in the distance and watched as the light shined brightly for 3 seconds and then went dark. She counted off 10 seconds in her head, and right on cue, the light lit up for another 3 seconds straight and then went dark again. The lighthouse was located on the northern tip of Beacon Island, and it served as an eternal night light for her as a child, as she would leave her second-story window open and look out from her bed at the light as she drifted off to sleep. She planned to do the same thing tonight. One more look. The light came on, and she counted to herself, 1, 2. The light went out. She set her plastic cup in the sand and then rubbed her eyes. I've had 3 drinks, but I can still count. She blinked twice and then looked back at the far end of the island. Okay, 3 seconds. Let's go. She narrowed her eyes and waited, but then a dark shadow of movement caught her attention. Something had emerged from the water. She stood up and observed the dark silhouette of a person against the clear moonlit sky. The shadow started toward her. At this distance, perhaps 20 yards, she couldn't tell whether it was a man or a woman. Whoever it was moved irregularly, a mix of stumbling and limping. A drunk? She leaned over and grabbed her heavy-duty maglite with her right hand. Her left hand had closed and become a fist. Before she could turn the flashlight on, she heard the first moans from the unknown person. She stepped to the side of her chair, giving herself a clear path to sprint back to the house. She turned the flashlight on and aimed it at the silhouette that was now 15 yards away. "Who are you?" she said. The flashlight's white beam illuminated a man wearing shorts and a collared shirt that were drenched. The man's hair was also wet and matted against his forehead. His eyes did not flinch from the sudden spotlight, but rather opened wide as he pleaded, "Oh." He staggered to one side, held up only by his left leg. His eyes rolled back, and he fell forward, his chest and head hitting the sand with a thud. Her altruistic instincts kicked in, and she rushed toward the man to help. A few yards away, though, her survival instincts hit right back, and she stopped. The man did not move as she started to circle his body, aiming her light at his bare feet and working her way up to... She stopped. Sticking straight out from in between the man's shoulder blades was the stainless steel handle and curved butt of a knife. Christine screamed, but there was no one to hear her cries. Again, things go horribly, horribly wrong, as they do in wonderful thrillers like this one. This has been a blast of course, I read it ahead of time as I'm doing my prep. It was a blast reading it for the first time. I'm having an even better time reading it the second time. And, I should go ahead and hit. There we go. I was just recording all of that for posterity. I should probably edit that out. But, again, this is Scott Brick. The book is Huron Breeze by Landon Beach, coming soon. I hope you enjoy it half as much as I am as I'm narrating it. Thanks for joining me here in the booth. I will hope to see you soon. Take care.